Asheville. Discovery inside and out.
Good morning, America. Breaking overnight attack in Paris. A man wielding a knife on a busy street in Paris, stabbing one person to death, wounding others before he is shot. The terror group claiming responsibility this morning.
Volcanoes fury. Two new fissures open up overnight from Hawaii's erupting Kilauea volcano.
That lava is spewing 40 feet in the air
As the island braces for a possible massive steam explosion.
People are starting to panic right now.
Severe storms, lightning being blamed for starting this fire hitting the nation's capital. Hail pounding neighborhoods. The new round of storms with gusty winds and heavy rains headed for a large part of this country.
Caught on camera, tank explosion. The fire outside Chicago's Soldier Field, panicked onlookers running from the scene. What was going on when it happened?
And the shocking wedding report this morning. Did Meghan Markle's father participate in a photo shoot with the paparazzi? The potential royal embarrassment just days before Meghan is to marry her prince.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Paula's off this morning. Very happy, though, to have Adrienne Bankert filling in.
Happy
Great
to
to
be
see
here.
you. We are all happy about that. Even though Paula's not here, we do want to wish her and all the moms out there, including our own, a very happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
But we do need to start here. Unfortunately, on a decidedly less pleasant note, the breaking news overnight out of Paris, a terror attack in that city's bustling opera district.
This image is new, coming in this morning for you. A bullet hole in a window near the scene. The attack, again, took place overnight. A man with a knife killing one person and injuring several others before he was shot by police. ISIS is claiming the attacker was one of its soldiers. ABC News foreign correspondent James Longman is in Paris with the very latest. Good morning, James.
Dan, Adrian, good morning. We are in central Paris, just meters away from where that attacker struck late last night. And we're learning more about him this morning. Officials confirming that he was on a list of thousands of suspected radicals.
This morning, a city on edge as terror strikes the heart of Paris. Just after 9 p.m. local time in a busy tourist location near the Paris Opera House, a suspect wielding a knife viciously attacked pedestrians at random. Witnesses say they heard him shouting "Allahu Akbar" before leaving a 29-year-old man dead and 4 more injured. 2 of the victims seriously wounded. French police swarming the scene, engaging with the attacker before fatally shooting him. Officials say the knife man, born in the Russian Republic of Chechnya in 1997, tried to enter several bars and restaurants, but was blocked by people hiding inside. In this startling video, you can see people fleeing the scene of the attack, rushing to hide. This eyewitness saying he saw the knifeman take his coat off and jump on a policeman. When officers unsuccessfully tried to tase him, they fired the fatal shots. Overnight, the Islamic State claiming responsibility for that attack, calling the suspect one of their soldiers. France's Interior Minister praised police for neutralizing the assailant within 9 minutes of the first call. The Interior Minister tweeting, they honored their uniforms. Paris prosecutor François Molin saying, considering the method of the attack, counter-terrorism authorities are leading the investigation on potential charges of murder and attempted murder in connection with a terrorist enterprise. French President Emmanuel Macron sending thoughts to the victims, condemning the attack, tweeting, France is once again paying the price of blood, but will not cede an inch to the enemies of freedom. Paris has been under higher security in recent years after several deadly extremist attacks, ISIS claiming responsibility for more than 230 deaths since 2015.
Now, we are heading into the summer tourist season where millions will descend on this city. It is definitely a reminder for vigilance. Dan, Adrian.
All right, James, thank you so much. The other breaking story this morning, new developments in the unfolding volcano disaster in Hawaii.
That's right, new fissures opening up overnight, lava bubbling out of these 2 new cracks in the ground, and this is all playing out against the backdrop of growing concerns over a potential major new eruption of the Kilauea volcano, an eruption that could happen at any moment. And ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is right there on the Big Island. Marcy, good morning once again.
Dan and Adrian, good morning. Volcanoes National Park, where that huge eruption is expected, is still closed indefinitely because that is where the greatest danger would be. But these smaller eruptions we keep seeing are bringing their own risks, and they show no sign of stopping. This morning, that fountain of lava violently gushing from new cracks in the ground.
People are starting to panic right now.
17 fissures opening here on Hawaii's Big Island in the past week and a half, many destructively tearing through neighborhoods. This fissure opened up here in a wooded area, so this is nowhere near any homes, but you can see just how dangerous this would be because that lava is spewing 40 feet in the air. It is so powerful, you can feel the vibration from this eruption. One of the major concerns, if it grows or others open, it could block off a major roadway, potentially stranding some residents.
Just like the unpredictability of the weather, the lava is even more unpredictable. We are preparing for the worst. We are preparing for mass evacuations.
This as the eastern part of this island braces for another kind of unnerving eruption. 20 miles away at the summit of Kilauea, geologists watching for a possible massive steam explosion that could send giant boulders rocketing out of this crater and ash billowing 20,000 feet into the air. That ash and smaller rocks potentially raining down for miles.
We all feel scared. Nobody ever seen it happen before, so it's the guessing game is like, are we safe?
And another part of that concern is over the air quality because these fissures, of course, are emitting toxic gases. It is a part of the reason the National Guard says more evacuations could be ordered for hundreds, even thousands of more residents. Adrian and Dan.
Such a tense situation there, Marcy. Thank you. And those images are incredible, that combination of beauty and lethality. We're going to turn now to politics and Rudy Giuliani, the president's attorney, making headlines again overnight.
Yeah, he's walking back some more comments he made about whether his client, President Trump, was involved in a politically charged merger involving AT&T. He also made news on the timing of a possible face-to-face between the president and special counsel Robert Mueller. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is at the White House this morning with more. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Adrian and Dan. I spoke to Giuliani about some of those more controversial comments he's made over the past few days and got an update on the Russia investigation.
This morning, Rudy Giuliani walking back claims that President Trump tried to block the Time Warner AT&T deal. In an interview with the Huffington Post published Friday, Giuliani said, quote, "The president denied the merger. They didn't get the result they wanted." But overnight, Giuliani telling ABC News over the phone the exact opposite. The president was not involved.
He did not interfere with the Justice Department going ahead with the case, which he had every right and power to do.
During the campaign, Trump spoke out against the blockbuster merger.
It's too much concentration of power in the hands of too few.
But in an effort to clean up comments made by Giuliani Friday, Press Secretary Sarah Sanders doubling down on the administration's stance, explicitly saying the Department of Justice denied the merger.
The president has not been influenced by any, or his administration influenced by any outside special interest.
This comes as Giuliani told ABC News that the president had no idea that his personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, was being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars by AT&T and other companies for insights into the White House.
The president wasn't aware that he'd gotten money for it, wasn't aware of any of the situations in which he got money. He has never lobbied the president ever on that or anything else.
Giuliani was brought on to the president's legal team to negotiate with special counsel Robert Mueller, who is investigating possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia and obstruction of justice. But Giuliani says the conversation has come to a halt since federal judge Ellis demanded that Robert Mueller turn over an unredacted memo on the special counsel's mandate. Ellis has accused the special counsel of overstepping its bounds.
They are basically tied up trying to answer Judge Ellis for the last week, who has said, do you or don't you have authority? And for some reason, they can't seem to produce the papers showing they have authority.
Even though Giuliani wants the investigation to wrap up, he said there's no way that the president can sit down with Robert Mueller before his big summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un next month. The president needs more time to prepare for it. Dan, Adrian?
All right, Tara, thank you so much. Overseas this morning, we now have growing concern about President Trump fulfilling a controversial campaign promise.
Tomorrow in Israel, the U.S. will officially move its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, a city that both Israelis and Palestinians view as their capital. This will be seen as a provocative move across the Middle East. And ABC's Ian Pannell is covering the story from Iraq. Ian, good morning.
Dan, good morning. Here in the Middle East, people are bracing to see what the impact of this move is going to be. Jerusalem is a major flashpoint issue, with both sides laying claim to parts or even all of it. So while almost every other country in the world tried to stay on the fence and keep its embassies in Tel Aviv, America is now seen by many across this region to be siding firmly with Israel, killing any prospect of peace. Now, though the reaction was muted in December when President Trump announced his intention to move the embassy to Jerusalem, it could be very different this time round when his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law and advisor Jared Kushner attend the official opening this week. And here's why. It's 70 years since the creation of the State of Israel. But for Palestinians is what they call the Nakba, catastrophe in Arabic, commemorating the hundreds of thousands who were made homeless 70 years ago. And it's also the start of Ramadan. Now, Palestinians have already been protesting for weeks and scores have been killed by Israel. And now the unprecedented tension in recent weeks between Israel and Iran have many worried about an outbreak of even more violent clashes and deaths. Dan?
Ian, thank you very much. Ian Pannell reporting in from Iraq this morning. So let's bring in ABC's Martha Raddatz, who's in Washington, where she's going to be hosting this week, later this morning, right here on ABC. Martha, good morning. Let's start with Israel. Just from your perch, having covered these issues for many years, what are the potential national security implications of moving that embassy to Jerusalem?
You know, Dan, just as you said and just as Ian said, you could certainly see more protests across the region. And I think from my perspective, having covered this region for so long, and people were so hopeful at certain points during history that there might be some sort of peace deal, this just has to make it nearly impossible, because you go in with any sort of predetermination about Jerusalem, about the capital. So I think it would make that much, much more difficult. Of course, we've got Jared Kushner there, who is in charge of that, but it's going to be a difficult road ahead, I think.
Martha, there's another major overseas headline this morning on Twitter. President Trump thanking North Korea for its announcement that the country will dismantle its nuclear test site during a public ceremony in 2 weeks. The president calls it a very smart and gracious gesture, though he has tweeted other things about the leader of North Korea, calling him a madman, calling him Little Rocket Man. So we've come to another place here. What does it mean for the upcoming summit with talks and leader Kim Jong-un?
Well, it certainly is a gesture, Adrian. He is saying, look, I'm going to open this up to journalists. You can all come and inspect that we've shut it down. There are also reports that it actually isn't working very well right now. But I think we have to remember in all of this and these nuclear weapons and these ballistic missiles that the U.S. thinks he does have the capability of firing a ballistic missile that could hit the U.S. With a nuclear warhead. That's why we are where we are. But they've certainly toned down the rhetoric. They've certainly made big gestures toward the United States. President Trump is talking very nice about Kim Jong-un. We'll see what happens in that summit. It's only going to be one day with a little wiggle room on the other end if they need a little bit more time. But boy, from a year ago where we were, this is really quite remarkable.
And grace is always appreciated, graciousness. Thank you so much, Martha. A reminder, you have a big show this morning. She's going to go one-on-one with President Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton.
A big interview coming up on this week. Plus, the Powerhouse Roundtable unpacks the week in politics. It's all coming up on this week right here on ABC. Martha, thank you again.
Turning now to a scary scene at an Autism Speaks event in Chicago. A tent catches fire, igniting a propane tank.
The loud explosion captured on camera, and ABC's Ariel Reshef is here with more on the story. Ariel, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Adrian. Witnesses tell us it sounded like a bomb. That accidental explosion leaving crowds scrambling to safety.
A blazing plume of thick black smoke darkening the sky above Chicago's Soldier Field. Officials say just after 11:45 a.m., reports started coming in of a situation.
Grill exploded and is on fire, and she's by the tent.
Flames engulfing this tent during an Autism Speaks walk. Chicago police say that sponsored tent caught fire, causing a propane tank to explode. Witnesses say the tank was being used to cook food. Grease from the grill igniting.
We just heard like a big boom. We thought it was thunder, and we turned around and the smoke, so we saw the flames coming up from the tent.
Panicked onlookers running from the scene.
You know, they were grilling and doing all kinds of things, and so as we were walking over, we just hear this enormous explosion.
Officials urging people nearby to evacuate. But authorities say the fire was quickly contained with no major injuries.
One 60-year-old man working that event was taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation. Organizers of that event calling this accident frightening, but thanking fire crews for their quick response. Thankfully, no one seriously hurt.
Yeah.
Dan, Adrian.
That's the good news. Thank you so much, Ariel.
Ariel, thank you very much. Let's check the weather on this Sunday morning. And Rob Marciano, who's usually over there, there. You're right here this morning, sitting in Adrian's chair.
Thank you, Adrian.
You're welcome.
For allowing me to sit in your chair.
Thanks for keeping it warm.
Thank you for moving him over there. You settle down over there, sweet cheeks, all right? Take it away. Let's show you what happened yesterday for severe
Rob's
weather.
back. Breaking news, Rob's back.
The term sweet cheeks has already been used, so we know Rob is back.
Whether you like it or not, I apologize to all you moms out there. All right, check it out. Lighting yesterday across the mid-Atlantic, the nation's capital. There's a stunning shot. Will also cause a fire there in a Delaware apartment. So rough and tumble stuff. South of Pittsburgh, we had hail. We had downbursts and winds of excess of 60 miles an hour doing some damage. And some hail also. And it was a rough go. Today, we'll probably see it again in some of the similar areas. This stationary boundary is that. It's stationary. So it's not really going anywhere. There's waves of energy that kind of propagated along it. And we'll look for strong storms again today, maybe dissipating in the afternoon. We had some storms this morning across parts of Chicago. That energy will begin to dissipate. And then we'll refire it up again tonight here in the usual spots, which has been pretty quiet, really, for severe weather season. But along the dry line today, could see some damaging winds, some large hail, a brief tornado. And then another piece of energy tonight into tomorrow morning for Chicago. And there you see the tail end of it by 8 a.m. And this rides along the front again for D.C., Richmond, maybe tomorrow night. South of this, we are looking at some really hot weather. And here's where we think we'll see much of the more damaging action tomorrow. Had some records set yesterday in the form of temperatures up and over 90 degrees. Today we'll see it again across parts of the southeast and probably tomorrow as well. So a hot Mother's Day for millions there in the southeastern corner of the U.S. That's checking what's happening nationally across the area weather-wise. Now here is your local forecast. Check it out.
Well, the early half of our Mother's Day forecast looking a little bit damp as a few morning showers press through the region, but we should catch a little bit of a break this afternoon under mostly cloudy skies and much cooler compared to yesterday, with our high right around 70 degrees. A few evening showers and maybe a few thunderstorms possible. The early half of this week looking pretty unsettled. Each afternoon a thunderstorm chance breaking into the 90s on Tuesday. Heaviest period of rain arrives Thursday.
Allow me to say happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife, who's going to give birth to our second child, God willing, on next month. And my mother turned 80 this year, a spry 80. I challenge your mom, Ron, into the octagon with my mom. Okay. That would be a pay-per-view event.
My mom's beat there, but I'll let that one go. She doesn't like that to come up.
Let's talk about some more news headlines.
I will. Good morning to you, Adrian and Dan. Hello again, Robert. Good morning, everyone. We're going to begin in Adelanto, California, near Los Angeles, where a bounce house with a 9-year-old boy inside blew away from the home where it was and onto a busy highway. Police say the child then fell out of the inflatable house and struck a car. The child struck the car. Amazingly, the boy suffered only minor injuries and is expected to recover. The driver of that vehicle that he hit, he was not hurt. In Decatur, Georgia, police officers investigating a dead body in a motel room were sickened after being overcome by chemical fumes. 3 of those officers were taken to the hospital. Investigators now looking into whether the man found dead in the hospital died from those fumes, what the fumes are, and what's causing them. The officers, though, are expected to be okay. Overseas in Indonesia, at least 11 people are dead and dozens injured after suicide bombers on motorcycles targeted 3 churches during Sunday Mass. The attacks all happening in the city of Surabaya. Police say they were carried out by at least 5 bombers, including a woman who was seen with 2 children. In France, at the Cannes Film Festival, 82 women from the film industry came together to call for greater gender equality. The women, including actresses and directors, locking arms and symbolically, you see they're walking up the steps of one of the venues as to symbolize the difficulty women have in climbing the professional ladder in the film business. 82 is the number of female directors who have been nominated for awards at the Cannes Film Festival, compared to 1,800 men. Back here in the U.S., the man hailed as a hero for stopping a gunman on a shooting spree at a Tennessee Waffle House last month got to meet some of his own heroes. James Shaw Jr. traveled to Florida Saturday and was greeted by some of the students at Stoneman Douglas High School who survived the fatal shooting there last February. Shaw has raised, check this out, close to $240,000 for the Waffle House victims through a GoFundMe page.